Hey guys, it's Evan.
And Stu.
I'm Manu.
And we're from 22 Sound, the record store out here in Mandeville, Louisiana. And we are insanely excited because the list for Record Store Day 2024 is here.
Yep.
Yay.
And it's a good one this year.
Very good. So we wanted to make a video today to kind of go over, some of the rules and everything, and then also try to see about highlighting some of our personal favorites from the list. And then, kind of open it up to where that, within the comments, you can make some different suggestions and different requests so that we know some of the things that we can try to put as far as an order together to try to get everything for everybody.
Right. 22 Sound is a pretty small shop in a small market. If you can look at this list, this thing is pretty long. It's 8 pages, 8 pages long. We can't order everything. So if you want to make sure what you want ends up in the shop on Record Store Day, please let us know.
Exactly.
That's the best thing you can do, the easiest thing to do.
Yep. So just a little bit of information. Record Store Day this year is April 20th. And we are located at 5200 LA 22 here in Mandeville, Louisiana. And just a couple little things from there, that we've had some questions that, that people have sent in. One of them is, can you prepay for things and try to order them? Unfortunately, we can't. We wound up signing a pledge with Record Store Day saying that we can't do any kind of holds or any kind of pre-purchases.
We follow all the rules.
Exactly. Yep. So with that, I say let's get started.
Yeah,
All right.
let's go right in.
So Manu, I know you were kind of taking a look at the list. Do you have any favorites that wind up coming to mind?
I would say if I had to pick one, I would probably have to go for the Thin Lizzy one. I mean, that's really nice. That is like one of the big eras.
That's
of
definitely
Thin Lizzy. I mean,
tops on my list as well.
Very nice. Very nice.
this live in Hammersmith, one of those
Right. I think
iconic
they put out a
venues,
giant box set
1976,
last
and
year. Yeah, and that was one of the best shows from that big box set they put out. So you can actually get it on vinyl.
And it's a 2 LP, isn't it? On that
I
one
think
coming
so,
up. Yeah, I think so.
Well, we are prepared to get information immediately. So we have November 16, 1976. It is two LPs.
Nice.
Yep.
Awesome.
Great
awesome.
set list.
Just like the classic Live and Dangerous record.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So Stu, what's some of your favorites that you've been looking at?
The one I was totally excited to see. I've been hoping Record Store would do this for a while now, but it's Tinted Windows. If you guys aren't familiar with Tinted Windows, back in late 2000s, maybe even 2010, there was this spectacular power pop supergroup that was made up of James Iha from Smashing Pumpkins, Bunny Carlos on drums from Cheap Trick, Adam Schlesinger from Fountains of Wayne, and Taylor Hanson from Hanson. They got together and did this spectacular, totally saccharine, melodic, heavy on guitars, just beautiful power pop record. It's really something that I've been anticipating getting on vinyl for a while, and I finally have the opportunity to, so definitely excited about that one. I guess the Dave Grohl Anthrax thing that they're doing, I'm pretty excited about that one as well. And the Replacements.
The Replacements? Nice.
Mm-hmm. They always, Replacements have been reissuing their records in these deluxe box sets for the past few years, and after each one of those releases, the corresponding Record Store Day, they released a live set from that box set on vinyl. So this is just another in that series. So I'll be sure to pick that one up too.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think my biggest one that I'm super excited for is the South Park 25th anniversary one. They actually recorded that live at the Red Rocks. I think it was last year they wound up doing it. It's going to be a 3 LP. It's going to have, Matt Stone, Trey Parker, the whole cast and crew. It's going to be really good. So a lot of the music from over the years and everything. I mean, I can't believe it's been 25 years already. So I'm going to enjoy with some Mr. Hanky. Oh, go ahead.
So yeah, the list is super long. We can't really go into a lot of details about everyone, but we can maybe just run through them real quick. Some things that stand out. Like we've got a Sabrina Carpenter. I know tons of people are looking forward to that thing.
Yeah, and that one's going to be a 7-inch vinyl. It is limited to 2,000. So make sure, if
we
you
probably
got
2,000.
I'm not kidding. Based on a lot of the comments and messages that we've already gotten, we've gotten quite a bit of requests. So make sure to get those in so we can get, our order in as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that number for that title,
Something that
is
big, yeah.
that's gonna be heavily allocated. I'm
And
sure.
you know it's going to
I'm not gonna
immediately
get
shoot
it.
up in value.
Yeah. So even if you don't want it,
No.
we're not condoning.
No.
that.
We're anti-flipper.
Leave it to the kids. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't be a mean guy.
What else we got?
God, the other big one is Paramore.
Yeah, Paramore's remix album of last year.
Yeah, it was This Is Why.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people looking forward to that one. So
Yeah, there's actually going to be 2 different versions that are going to be on there. One of them is just the standard single LP. The other one is going to be it's going to be a 2 LP. One of them is going to be the remix as well as their standard. But both of those will be available. So, be sure, kind of take a look, see which version that you may want, and try to get that request in.
Now, I think the individual one is the remix one, though, just to clarify that. If I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
gotcha. Yep. You were
But
absolutely
you can
right.
get, like, basically the bundle as well if you don't have the original yet, I guess. Kind of makes.
And those are Record Store Day exclusives. So if you don't know what exclusives are, or Record Store Day firsts, if it is a Record Store Day exclusive, it means it's only going to be available on that day during Record Store Day. They're not going to do another reprint of it. If it is a Record Store Day first, it will then release here on Record Store Day, and then within an allotted time in the future, it will wind up being re-released.
So when you kind of go like the alphabetical order here, you just look at the list. By the way, you might have already mentioned it on recordstoreday.com. You can see the whole list and the details.
you guys can go look at each and every record on the list if you
Yeah,
want.
it'll be available on the web as well as in PDF. If you've got Adobe or anything like that, you can read it
See,
from.
what
I'm
else
going to
is
say
standing out on
100
this
gags.
list?
Actually,
Yep.
that's the first one on the list. We have to mention that. I mean, this is actually really quite a fun band. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm like a die-hard 100 gags fan, but I can see why people
Yep.
like it. It's just so wild.
Yep.
It's totally out there.
And
I've
right
never
under that
listened
one,
to it.
It's
I'll have to check it
hyper. But it's actually, I mean, I gotta say, I respect them for what they do because it's just completely new and it's hard to do something really new these days.
and right under that one, we got the 1975.
That's gonna be a big one.
Yep,
Yeah.
right at the Gorilla. That's going to be really good.
It's a 2 LP. Then we got 10,000 Maniacs. What else? So 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is.
welcome to College Grove.
Yeah, of course, for us here in New Orleans. Although I'm actually kind of surprised that, I mean, when I think of like hip hop records that we sell, Lil Wayne is not really that
Right.
popular. I don't know, it's kind of odd. You would think in our area it would be, I don't know, but still.
What else do we have? Let's see. America. We've got Amorphous, a classic death metal band for metal guys.
Apocalyptica's
Apocalyptica.
Worlds Divide or Worlds Collide. I'm sorry. Yeah.
What's the Apocalyptica one?
It's Worlds Collide. It's the deluxe edition.
2 LP.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've got Asking
Amorphous, I
Alexandria.
think, is a single, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think that's just a
Or is it
reissue
an
of one of their.
Is that
one of
an
their
EP
records.
or something?
It might have been.
Yeah, it is an EP. Okay. So at least 5 songs, so it's a little bit of music.
Then we got Asking Alexandria, Reckless and Relentless.
Mm-hmm. Then At the Drive-In, I think
At the Drive-In.
that's going to be something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think that was their
good.
second record. And I don't think it's been. I haven't seen that one in the shop ever since we've opened. So yeah, it's one you don't see around often. At the Gates, Slaughter of the Soul.
Yeah, I
the
was-
album that changed metal, extreme metal forever.
Yeah,
You're not
that
kidding.
is such an influential album. Now, what I couldn't really see in the details, I wonder if they're going to add a little more. What's special
Right.
about it? I'm assuming it's going to be on some sort of
Yeah.
special color, but
It
Track
can't just
list
be just a
looks
plain
normal.
repressing because we've seen it before.
yeah, so it's got to be at least some kind of,
That's the one that's got Blinded by Fear on it, right?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Trying to see if they have. So it looks like it's actually going to be exclusive on there for 90 days, and then it's going to wind up coming out afterwards.
It still doesn't say which.
But it doesn't
But yeah,
say
it
what's
doesn't. Yeah,
special
it's
about
not given any kind
Guess
of.
we'll have to find it.
Yep.
We'll see. But anyway, if you're into metal,
Yeah, that's
You
the
can-
classic.
yeah.
And the jazz fans, we've got a Chet Baker. I know Chet Baker's usually popular at the shop. It's Chet Baker with Jack Sheldon. A Lost album. What else do we have?
Then we have all those Beatles albums. So we just want to say proceed with caution. Because
These
those
are not
are
12-inch or 7-inch records. These are
No.
those novelty 3-inch records.
Yeah, those little baby ones.
You can't play them on your regular turntable.
Mhm.
So
No, you have to buy a special turntable.
it's not
Yeah.
something that's on the top of our list to order, considering how much other stuff there is here. So if you're a heavy Beatles collector and you want these, please let us know because there's a chance we won't even order them. Just
Yeah.
put that out there. Just being honest.
I mean, the turntable is also part of
Right.
the list, the actual turntable to go along with
Yeah,
it.
so you kind of have to buy the turntable too.
And then I think there's a Spider-Man turntable too.
There is. I mean,
So,
I don't know.
yeah.
Don't
You want
tell
that stuff?
my boy.
Yeah.
He's gonna want it.
If you want that stuff, definitely let us know because that's not high up on our list of desirables.
we got David Bowie's "Waiting in the Sky."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
got to
right,
be
counts.
some kind of David Bowie, right? It wouldn't be
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So I don't
I
know.
see a Southern Lord Black Breath, but
Black-
that's a 5 LP box set. Yeah, that's probably going to have a pretty hefty price tag on it. So
Yeah.
if you're a Black Breath fan and you want that, please specify. 'Cause
Black Rose.
Black Rose.
That is some kind of companion to the new album, I think.
Yeah, it's a 7-inch, so it might be a
Yeah.
single or so.
So that's the album's first single, like the upcoming album. So basically, the single is gonna be printed on a 7-inch.
Blessed Union of Souls. That's a classic 90s stuff, if I'm not mistaken. It probably hasn't been pressed since the 90s, if ever, on vinyl.
Yeah.
And Blur. We were just wondering earlier. I mean, we know it's a picture disc. Don't really know if I think there were other versions not too long ago, I guess, but of that. But still, of course, big album.
Blur's a big band, so
Yeah, of course they're shit. But anyway.
Wow.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I dare anybody to name a song other than song 2. So there you go.
Yeah, because I successfully forgot about
The
everything.
cool thing about that though is that it's going to be on a Zoetrope picture disc. So if you don't know what the Zoetropes are, is whenever it's spinning, it actually has an animation that you're looking at. So there are a couple of others that are
So
really
maybe
cool
they
about
are.
it.
then I will get it.
But those are
Yeah,
pretty
now
hard
you're
to even
convinced me.
figure out. Sometimes
yeah.
I can't even get them to work. Looking at them sideways, still can't get.
I just think the kind of assholes the Gallagher brothers are is much more preferred over the kind of asshole Damon
Gotcha,
Albarn
gotcha,
is.
gotcha.
So it's a personal thing. Anyway, Billy
Mark
Bryan-
Bolan and T-Rex, Zinc Alloy 50th anniversary. That's another picture disc. Man, so many picture discs. Don't want to hate on picture discs, but I mean, come on. What else do we have?
Bottle Rockets,
Bottle
Brooklyn
Rockets.
Side, 30th anniversary. I'm assuming that's something that probably hasn't been out, a million times on vinyl. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. Billy Bragg, what's that?
Billy
one?
Bragg here. That's probably a reissue of some sort.
Bloke on Bloke. Not
Bloke on
familiar
Bloke,
with the
yeah.
album, to be honest. We have more Eric Carr. What's
from
that
Kiss
one?
coming in.
Yeah, I guess the first thing they put out last year did so well. They're giving us some more Eric Carr this year. See, Dwight Yoakam, the albums of the 80s. That's a CD box set. I don't know about that. I don't know if we'll be getting that.
Yeah, because last for Black Friday we got some of those CDs from Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
the
CD
Chronic.
box.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything
Like
that
so.
one.
I'm actually really shocked too, because it had the original roll papers and everything else. So I figured they'd go.
Oh, speaking of rolling papers,
I know.
Cheech and Chong.
I don't know if we needed that reissue.
It is 420.
It is true.
So it's on 420.
That is true.
I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know if you're in that situation where you don't have rolling paper. We've all been there.
Hey, and you know what? It's
And-
going to be available on Smoky Green.
It might be a good thing to have, just in case.
All right. We've got Alex Chilton from Big Star. We got Eric Church, pretty big country guy these days. Cold War Kids, big indie band.
Collective Soul.
Yep.
Yep.
Cranberries, Bury the Hatchet's going to be on
And
there.
Cranberries is one that really stands out as, thumbs up to Record Store Day for doing that, because that's one that I don't think's ever been pressed on vinyl. If so, maybe just a few copies initially when it came out, and it's been selling for.
Yeah,
Maybe
this is
original.
going to be released for the first time on vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm exclusively for RSD 2024. And it's going to be on a limited edition white vinyl.
Yeah, so something like that definitely needed to be on vinyl, so it's glad to see it on vinyl.
I think it'll be nice to really hear Dolores' voice on that too.
Jim Croce, Robert Crumb. Let's see.
Of course, there has to be a picture disc of The Cure.
The Cure, every year another Cure picture disc.
Yeah. You hear the excitement in your voice here.
It's just those hanging around.
I mean, nothing
for a while.
against The Cure, but it's just
Right.
always a picture disc.
It's
just
not the
kinda
easiest
another thing.
sell.
Yeah.
Daft Punk, I mean, they are really popular around here. what is this? This is some sort of, I guess, single. I mean, it's 12-inch, but I guess just a couple songs.
Got some punk with Damage, live off the board at CBGB's, the Dandy Warhols live,
Della Soul.
Della Soul live, 1996, so classic era. This Dead or Alive we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird little project they did. They took some of Dead or Alive's later recordings and re-recorded them as if they were 80s recordings or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of unique.
Actually,
So
sounds kinda
that
unique.
sounds
And I'm
like
looking
that.
forward to it because I mean, you know, especially with synthwave blowing up right now, it's
Right.
it's gonna be really
Gotcha.
good.
The Dead Milkman, this is a reissue that has never happened before. I think this is the first time this has been reissued.
The one that they did was that last year when they did one?
that one sold well.
That was really popular.
So one that really stood out for me too was Death Cab for Cutie live at the Showbox.
Yeah.
That's gonna come out on 2 LPs, and that's gonna be a Record Store Day exclusive.
Then Dio, we have they kind of didn't they do that with Holy Diver too? Picture this.
Picture This,
Now we're
yeah.
getting
So-
Last in Line picture.
so we're actually
Well,
gonna-
wasn't Last in Line also on a
So-
on a record store day?
So it's gonna
I
be,
think so.
you know, so there's actually gonna be 2 different setups. There's gonna be Last in Line, and then there's gonna be the Inferno Last in Live.
Okay.
Gotcha, so it's live.
Yeah.
All right.
So one is live and one is just the regular.
Correct.
album, right?
Okay,
I mean, obviously.
And then one's a
amazing
picture
album,
disc, one's regular. Yeah.
The Best of Digits. It's a little punk on Touch and Go
Yeah.
Records.
And then for all of you Doctor Who fans, there's Doctor Who: The Edge of Destruction. It's going to be on LP picture disc.
How did Dixie Dregs do at the shop? It's a little classic progressive rock.
No, because we have
Yeah.
some. I think we still have some like originals that's just been kind of
Gotcha.
sitting there. I guess people might just not really know.
So if
about
you're looking for
them.
that Dixie Dregs, let us know because that one may not get ordered either. So let us
Yeah,
know.
I mean we're happy to do it, and I mean if you want to visit us, actually.
The same with the
Pretty sure
Doors.
we still-
Every year, the Doors puts out a record store day release, but it's this giant, expensive box set. So
Yeah.
if you really want the Doors, you gotta let us know.
And then we got Dr. John, the Grigori Yumbo Yaya.
Now that of course is
Those are-
cool for
Oh, yeah.
us around here.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
especially.
big one. I mean, we're definitely gonna get some of those.
Yeah, it's going to be all the
That's cool.
singles from 68 to 74. So that's going to be really good.
Gotcha. What Emerson, Lake and Palmer, The English Beat, Enslaved, another metal release.
And
Cannot wait for that.
That's that's just basically the album reissues. It doesn't really give us any details, but I'm assuming.
Let me see.
Probably on some sort of
Yeah, so it's
cover.
going to be Vic Valdi.
So
Let me see here. So, yeah, it's from 91. I'm trying to see if there's anything special about it.
It's kind of
so it's
I
gonna-
feel like there was a reissue. Of that
So it's
not too
gonna-
long ago.
Yeah, so it's actually going to include 4 exclusive illustrations, especially made for the album. And yeah, that's about all it's given right now.
I'm seeing
Everything But the Girl just came back not too long ago with a new album.
Faces.
They're on here.
The very best of Filter, which is probably
Oh.
all you need when it comes to filters. The best. Let's see.
Both best songs they put on there.
And then my vote for one of the did we really need this is
Oh.
Fleetwood Mac Rumors on
I mean,
Come on. You can't be hating on
chocolate.
Fleetwood
It's gonna
Mac.
sell.
Rumors? What?
It's gonna sell good, but I mean,
When was the last time you saw that?
I tell you what, that flies out the store every single time we get it. It is gone.
It might be the best-selling album in the course
Probably
of Boston.
No,
Every record.
Taylor Swift, 1989.
I mean, probably, it's probably
just saying.
some stupid Taylor Swift.
so-
But you know, are we gonna talk about fucking 1989, 30 years from now?
probably
Not sure.
Maybe.
Maybe so. Actually, she's probably bigger.
Our kids will.
We will remember that she existed, but will we remember her actual albums? I don't know. I'm just gonna throw it.
So, Foghat's Permission to Jam, live in New Orleans, 1973.
Yeah, that's kind of cool because of the New Orleans connection. Other than
Yeah, they
that,
do have a couple
album.
Foghat
Foghat is
albums,
not
so-
really
Oh, yeah.
my number one.
Forbidden,
classic.
and a little thrash metal release. We don't have
Mm-hmm.
much thrash on the list this year, but this is Omega Wave. This is one of their later albums. And two
Was that
LPs.
good? To be honest, I don't know this.
Um,
That was a later, like what?
Yeah,
October
it was
2010.
still most of the guys were at that point were still original members. I think they had a different drummer or something, but still good.
All right.
Let's see.
Then Ace Frehley, I think this is his new album, so it's got to be some kind of different version. Yeah, it's a
picture
picture
this.
disc because that's about to come out, I think. Or
Yeah.
has it already come out? I hope I didn't miss it. But it's
I know
new-
I've been
new
seeing
Ace
the,
music.
I've been seeing the adverts for it.
Noel Gallagher. Speaking of Noel Gallagher, he's got something here. 7-inch vinyl.
apparently Liam said that Noah was offered a reunion and turned it down. It'll happen one day.
Garbage, Lie to Me, and EP.
Yeah, it's gonna be an EP. Yep.
Jerry Garcia, again, one of these classic artists, 4 LPs, probably a giant price tag.
Yeah.
Let us know if you want it. It's
There's gotta be a Jerry Garcia Grateful Dead box set every record store. It's just
and it's, we're not complaining about this. We know
Yeah.
it's super cool for the fans. It's just as retailers, we have to buy all the stuff beforehand. So this is a huge chunk of change you got to put out in hopes that everything sells. So
one that I think is gonna be cool. There's not a whole lot of hip hop so far. Kind of looking through the list, but that Freddie Gibbs Mad Lib. That's
On the Pinata 10 year.
Yeah, that's definitely like a modern classic. I would say that 10-year anniversary, and they put a different cover on it. So I always like it when they do something like that. And then plus, I think there's some add-ons too. I think it's not just the album.
speaking of cover art, I think that Ace Frehley we were talking about, or
Mhm.
Eric Carr, if you press the space in between the eyes light up or something.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
that's kind of
Alright.
an interesting thing we haven't seen before.
Cool. Gorillaz.
Oh yeah, Cracker
That's
Island.
their last album. So some sort of, what is it? 6 additional tracks.
Gotcha.
Okay, and a different cover artwork too.
More Grateful Dead, 4 LP.
By the way, so from the last couple of RSCs that we've done, make sure if you really want Grateful Dead, let us know in advance.
It's not that we don't want to get them. It's just, man, these things are huge.
Oh yeah, they're usually massive box sets too.
Yeah.
And then we talked initially real quick about that GBI, but just so that you know what that actually is, it's Dave Grohl, Charlie Benante, and Scott Ian.
Yeah, I think Anthrax was recording a new album, and Foo Fighters were rehearsing in the same space. So in their downtime, they got together and recorded some covers of Minor Threat and Bad Brains, I believe. So, and I think the proceeds
I
are going
think
to charity.
Oh, okay.
So
That's pretty cool.
pretty cool.
I think this is only the Bad Brains song on here.
Oh,
Because
okay.
if I'm not mistaken, I mean, it's kind of like a tribute to the way the cover looks.
Gotcha.
That's a cool
Yeah,
little
I'm
thing.
definitely going to grab one.
Yeah.
Definitely for
Tell you
sure.
one of the other big ones that I'm looking forward to is Him.
Him.
Bury Me Deep Inside Your Heart and Poison Girl.
Which I think it's a single basically, right?
Mhm.
It's just those 2 songs.
Yeah, it's gonna be on a 12-inch.
All right. I picture this as well.
Yep.
The 2 different Hives albums as well. One is a live one, and one is the black and white album. I guess kind of reissue. Yeah. First time since its initial release, and I'm assuming the release in 2007 wasn't a whole lot. I mean, not a whole lot of copies of that, I'm assuming. Then The Who, not The Who as in WHO, but HU.
Yep. The
When the Swiss guy says it sounds exactly the same, so don't mistake them. They're kind of blowing up. I don't really know them.
so
much,
I
to
wound
be
up seeing
honest.
them back in 2021 at Louder Than Life up in Louisville, Kentucky.
Mhm.
They were fantastic.
All right.
Yeah, they wound up doing a cover of "Sad But True"
Okay.
from Metallica, and it was absolutely epic. So yeah, definitely don't sleep on it. It's they're really good.
Where are they from?
I think it was it Mongolia?
Okay.
If you know I know it is and I'm wrong, let me know in the comments because I'd rather actually know on that one. So
Someone I'm more familiar with, Iggy and the Stooges,
Mm-hmm.
putting out a show from 2005. In This Moment, let's see, Chris Isaac.
Yeah, in this moment, it's kind of pretty popular. I would say at the moment. In this moment.
Let's see, Elton, Jucifer, this Noah Kahan guy.
Noah
Yeah,
Khan
Noah
is
Kahan.
I'm not
blowing.
familiar with him,
Oh.
but man,
You better get familiar with him.
Yep, his copy of "I Was, I Am" is going to be out, and it looks like there's a pretty decent number of them that are going to be allocated across everywhere. But if you're definitely looking at them, because I know when we had the Black Friday Record Store Day, Cape Elizabeth was there, and it was very, very limited. So be sure to get those in for these.
At least they do 15,000 witches. relatively
yeah, it's a big
high.
number, yeah.
Yeah, so
We should be able to get a few, hopefully.
pretty, yeah.
See, another one that's blowing up is Loewe. She is she's definitely on the up and coming up there too, and she's going to be releasing a Night at the Symphony,
All right.
and that's going to be on a 2 LP.
Got some Wiz Khalifa here.
Yeah, Key Glock. So there's some hip hop.
Yep. Kool
Yeah.
Keith, some classic hip hop.
Some Lil Peep.
Mark Knopfler is this is I think actually brand new tracks if I
Okay.
remember. So I mean, just to kind of excuse myself, I mean, we looked at the list before, but I mean, I don't remember everything. But as I was kind of glancing through it, it's basically a little EP, just 4 songs, but all the tracks revolve around like boxing, like the fairground boxing, where you could just as a regular guy take on a professional boxer, and if you last a certain amount of time, you get paid. It's like this. So apparently it's all kind of like themed by that. Of course, Knopfler is just a guy that you have to respect if you ever touch a guitar. I don't know, that's fine.
Looks like we got 2 different colors of John Lennon.
Yeah, Mind Games. That so what is
It's
on
an
there? It's
EP.
not the whole album. It's just an EP somehow.
Yep, one's color and one is black.
Okay.
Def
I love
Leppard.
That album is.
Def Leppard. It's a later set from 2023, which is usually not a good thing.
Yeah.
But I looked over the set list, and it's got some stuff from On Through the Night and High and Dry.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I saw him. I mean, in the meantime, it's been a few years ago, maybe like even 6, 7 years. And
it's
I was,
rough.
I don't know. I actually was.
Yeah.
Look, it could be that I was just basically on a high,
Maybe.
hearing all those songs, but
Right.
I actually thought it sounded
Yeah.
really good.
The classic Def Leppard. It doesn't get much better than classic Def Leppard.
I love
It's
Def
just-
Leppard,
yeah.
so maybe I was just excited to hear that stuff.
Lil
Lil Uzi Vert.
All the Lils. We get all
Yeah.
the Lil.
Yeah, they-
Lil Peep, and Lil Wayne.
And Lil Richard. Classic. Let's see.
So that one for Lil Uzi Vert is a re-release of a mixtape from a few years ago. Lil Peep, what is that one? I think that may be another mixtape that he.
That one is going to be Star Shopping.
Oh, Star Shopping. Okay, so that is
Yeah.
just a little 7-inch in his
Yeah, I
case.
see that Little Richard is on Omnivore. They do some nice looking packaging, so that should look pretty nice.
And then Lordi. Does anybody over here remember Lordi? I mean, they were kind of a big deal in Europe for a second because they actually won the Eurovision Song Contest. They basically looked like War, but they were like this like scary looking band, but it was more like a hard rock. But they were from Finland. It was just so much fun.
You
That
should definitely check
it's
them out.
almost like they crashed the
I've
party.
heard of them, but
There's
they
and they
didn't do much
actually
here
won
in Spain.
that. You know what? Usually it's just like some lame pop music, and they walk in, and then it seemed like the metal fans of Europe united to play a choke on the rest. So it's kind of cool. MXM Tune. I think that's actually one we should probably get some. I gotta admit, I'm not super familiar with her, but
We did
that
sell
is-
the last
maybe
one.
I'm too old for that.
G Love and the Special
I'm at the
Sauce.
stage now where I'm too old for certain things, I guess.
I think some folks have already requested this G Love, so we'll probably
Oh,
do some
yeah.
of those. And this is a big one too. Another thumbs up to Record Store Day. Malfunction.
Oh yeah, Olympus Awaits.
Yeah, there hasn't been. I don't think any Malfunction on vinyl yet. It's this is some proto grunge, I guess you can call it. It was Mother Love Bone before Mother Love Bone, and from that whole Pearl Jam bloodline. So we finally get some classic Malfunction on vinyl.
That is cool. What does it sound like? Does it sound like Mother Love Bone? I'm not
Probably
familiar
more in
with
the vein of like Mudhoney-ish type stuff.
Okay.
You know, that early grunge sound.
it. All right.
Jesse Malin, I was a big fan of him. He's having some health issues recently, so let's see.
Looks like we've got Memphis Slim.
Memphis Slim.
Yeah, Sonny Boy. Williams.
Military Gun. They were kind of like alternative punks Turnstile story this year. They were kind of the big breakthrough band. Even had their own, like Turnstile, they were in a Taco Bell commercial as well. But,
Oh, they were.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think this is an EP of that they put out with some special guests, and they did a No Effects cover on it. So
Okay.
it's something I might have to take home myself. Let's see. Another, why do we need this? The Monkees, the Birds, the Bees, and the Monkees. I love you, Friday music. You guys do give us some good releases here and there, but man, you can find these Monkees records everywhere, and The past few record store day ones they put out, I think, have been around $40.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
they're really
expensive.
expensive.
And it was
And they're
just
still sitting
something
there.
you get. Yeah, it's really not hard to get.
So it's like,
kind of weird.
yeah, it's like a run-of-the-mill repress of a fairly common record for $40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those monkeys are still sitting around the store.
Yeah, and I love the Monkeys. They were they're the band that got
Yeah, I
me
think
into
we've
all
got-
this
I think
stuff.
we've got a
Like,
couple.
I can't see the $40 repress thing. Let's see.
Then I couldn't really figure out that Motley Crue, what was the
So,
thing with that. I mean, I looked at the
It
track
was the
list,
Supersonic and Demonic Relics.
2 LP picture discs.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, but I mean...
So this is actually the first ever official vinyl release for the Ultimate Collection. So it's a lot of their different rarities that they've got. Some of them are demos, that kind of thing.
yeah, when you
Put
look
them
at
all
it,
in there.
it seems like it's all kind of like non-album tracks.
Yeah.
So what era is it? Like all the eras or later era stuff?
They didn't really give a whole lot of info.
I'm sure we'll
other than-
find out later.
Yeah, and it is going to be on a 2 LP picture disc.
Yep. Motorhead, right underneath that. Remorse.
Is that one more of those? Well, that's different. They used to do the what did they call them? That little series that they did with all the
Oh
live
yeah, I forgot what they
recordings.
called it. Yeah, I don't
This
think
one's
they have. This is something different. It's based on the No Remorse record. It's maybe a different set list or
Okay.
different versions of the same songs that would have been on that record.
Okay, cool.
Mr. Big, The Big Finish, Lean Into It Live. We've been getting Mr. Big releases these past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, I don't know if I mentioned Mud Honey earlier.
Yeah,
Here's a
we
Mud
talked
Honey.
about info set.
5 LP box set. So
Oh,
again,
shit.
let us know if you want that.
Might be a little pricey.
So I'll tell you, one of the things that I was looking into was Richard O'Brien is going to be coming out with the Rocky Horror Picture Show original demo tapes.
Okay.
That's going to be really big.
All right above that is Notorious B.I.G.
Mm-hmm. Ready to Die, the instrumentals.
Yeah, we got
So,
Dolores. Speaking of Cranberries,
Yep.
2 LP Dolores record.
All right.
The Offspring, a 20th anniversary of Splinter on picture disc.
Well, now that's already the 20th anniversary of the records that came after they were popular. That's how old we are.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Okay, we have a OMD. Oh, that is OMD and an orchestral maneuvers. in it.
Yeah, I saw that too. For some reason,
I thought
one
that was
time
the
they
same
call
thing.
them OMD, and then they call them orchestral maneuvers. And yeah, I mean it is the same thing. I think that Bauhaus Staircase was their album that came out a few months or so ago, recent album, but this is like a
Gotcha.
instrumental version of it.
We already went over
Let's see.
Paramore. We got, let's see, Pearl Jam, Dark Matter. LP.
Oh yeah, so this is the new Pearl Jam is actually being released the
Early.
day before Record Store Day, and so this I think is a different version
Okay.
of it basically. Yeah, so this is brand new Pearl Jam. So I guess we're gonna. I don't even know exactly yet what like the regular releases are gonna be. There might be an indie exclusive for that too, also. But this is like a special version.
Yeah, so this one's going to be an exclusive yellow and black ghostly dark matter colorway is what they're calling it.
Makes sense. And what did we have? The Pixies, live from Red Rocks in 2005, 2 LP set.
Oh, and here this is Joe Pesci. I didn't even know that. So this is Joe Pesci in 1968. Did you know that he was a singer?
Like straight up Joe Pesci,
No,
like gangster,
the
Home Alone, Joe Pesci.
Yeah. And so this is like a album that he recorded in 1968 before he was, you know, a big
Check that
star.
out.
So I don't know. That might just be a fun little.
Probably Sinatra-esque.
I'm guessing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what it looks like.
I know,
It's funny. I have no idea what it sounds like, but I just thought it was kind of funny that.
And I know Poppy is going to have Eat, which is going to be an EP that's going to be available.
Yep. Public Enemies from the 2003 tour. Queen 7-inch on Hollywood Records. Cool cat. Is that
Alright.
pretty cool? Let's see.
That is just a single, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah.
That's kind of a weird choice for Queen. I mean, I love Queen, but that's kind of it's kind of, almost kind of a random song.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
I don't even remember it, to be honest with
But
you.
yeah.
The Ramones 1975 Sire demos. That's some of the earliest material put on tape from the Ramones.
Okay.
The Replacements, and we already went over that earlier. Is something I'm super excited about.
There's Baby Rexha, Away Falls Part 1 and 2.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling Stones.
What is the Rolling Stones? That's
One's a live record in New York City, and the other
that is the self-titled.
Self-titled.
It's basically a reissue, I guess, of that. Huh? from the sounds of it. Okay.
And here's me being negative again. Linda Ronstadt.
Oh,
We do not need.
I can't wait for that one. I mean, it's just so hard to find these albums.
Right,
I'm
you
so
can't
glad
find
they
it.
finally put it in a.
I mean,
It's not that people like every week walk in and give you these for free.
right.
So
I mean, seriously, it looks like
We
they're
don't
just
have a
taking,
box in the bag. We can just put
they're
together.
just taking
So-
4 of her classic albums that you could find for $5 in any record store across the country, slipping them in a box and putting a hefty price tag on them.
it's kind of weird. No, so
We're not gonna
I
let
don't
you
want to
buy
make
it.
a big announcement, but we may.
We may be able to get that one early.
We may make our own 22 sound exclusive Linda Ronstadt box set.
Yep.
I think that would be a really special. I mean, more special than this because there's going to be 1 versus 3,500. That's going to go up
Yep.
on eBay immediately.
Oh, 100%.
All right. Anyway,
Todd Rundgren.
Todd Rundgren have some of his stuff too.
Yep. Gil Scott Heron and Brian Jackson, Winter in America. Got Screaming Trees. They've been doing some Screaming Trees for the past few events, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they definitely
Yep.
have one for Black Friday.
Seven Dust, that's probably. That
Yeah,
sounds like Evan's cup of tea.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that.
Evan Music.
Yeah, we're gonna put this under the Evan category. It'll be fine. Actually, which Seven Dust is gonna be coming?
It is Heavier Than 7.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
even heavier than 7. Shit.
Duncan Sheik. That's some 90s stuff, if I remember correctly.
No, not that
And
old.
then Polly
Shore,
Shore.
that's
So Polly Shore was actually supposed to be out with Black Friday
Right,
RSD,
yeah.
and then that got pushed.
delayed.
So is that the one that was supposed to come out?
Yeah.
on Black
Correct.
Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, Pauly Shore is it's a goofy garage rock band he had with some rather interesting characters. They just did covers of songs they had no business covering. But it's a fun time. I'll probably pick one of those up.
We got Sisters of Mercy.
Sisters
Yep,
of Mercy,
Sisters of Mercy.
Susie and the Banshees,
Yep.
Nancy Sinatra. What's Nancy Sinatra? How does that grab you?
So the Sisters of Mercy is the first 2 EPs packaged together as one LP. So
Oh yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, it's Body of Soul and Walk Away. Nice.
Slater Kinney, they just put out a new album. I'm assuming this is 2 tracks from that album on 7-inch.
what's the soft cell one?
So that's the Nonstop Exotic Cabaret. It's gonna be on
Oh, that's
2 LP.
That's a wait. Oh, so is that like newer stuff or I don't even know.
Yes, let me see.
To be honest, I'm
Yeah.
not really. I mean, you know.
Sonic Youth, Hits Are for Squares, probably a good thing to get if you're not really that into Sonic Youth. Get a compilation of
Yeah,
their
so it's
hits.
kind of like a best of type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Got Sparks, Sponge. Sponge was an excellent late 90s, I guess, power pop, post-grunge band. This was the Lost album. After their 2 big albums, they went into the studio and recorded another album along those lines. Record company at the time didn't like it, wanted them to go more pop, so they put out a different album instead. This is the Lost album.
This is the one they actually wanted to do.
Right, this is
Okay,
the one
that's
that-
kind
So this is their version.
Well,
it's a
I don't know.
completely
I think it might be
different
different.
They
It's not
never
a different
released
album.
that?
Right, it's never been released.
Oh,
So
gotcha,
now-
gotcha. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of a cool thing
Interesting.
for Record Store Day.
Yeah, that is a cool. That is the kind of stuff that's cool when it
Yeah.
comes. Even if I'm a person, to be honest, not familiar with that.
Yeah. Mavis
Yeah.
Staples.
Ringo Starr, that's kind of like been a thing too. That there's some Ringo.
Yeah, we always get some Ringo, Starr,
Joe Strummer.
Joe Strummer we get
Same
every
thing,
time.
yeah.
Sun Ra,
Sun Ra, we had some in the past.
Supergrass. That's a 10-inch vinyl. There's not many 10 inches on the list.
And we got
Tad.
Tag, some classic grunge.
Talking Heads live at the
Yes.
WCOZs in '77.
Corey Taylor, is that just a repress of the?
It's 2B.
2B?
Yeah. So if you look in there, it's a CMFT 2B or not 2B. Essentially, yeah, it's a secondary one of his the second album that he came out with.
Team
It's like
Sleep.
somehow like a Band on the Run tribute. The cover. Did you see the cover?
What is that?
Nice.
Oh,
It looks like the
Gotcha,
Band on the
gotcha.
Run cover.
And Team Sleep, a lot of people have been requesting that. That's a Deftones related item.
Oh, is
So,
it?
yeah.
Okay. Then, yes, Deftones are so
Yeah,
big.
Deftones
Right
are
now,
really
it's
popular.
like teenagers that probably weren't alive when they started.
We,
it's.
I mean, I know.
I mean, it's not like I wasn't alive when Led Zeppelin started, but it's not crazy. But
well,
it's still impressive.
we've had
Really
more teenagers
super
coming in
popular.
asking for Around the Fur and White Pony.
Yep.
Here lately.
They've kind of been retconned as shoegaze
yeah.
band.
The shoegaze
They weren't. We didn't see them as shoegaze back then.
It was just a new metal.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a new metal band. But
Yeah.
yeah, everybody sees them as shoegaze now, so it's interesting. What else? We got
Talking
television.
Heads. Did we talk about Talking Heads? Or-
Yeah,
I think-
yeah,
I
that
think
was
we mentioned it.
WCOZ.
Okay, cool.
We got a
Yeah.
Tesla, Reel to Reel, Sister Rosetta Tharpe,
Yeah, the Live in France. Yep.
and then the Thin Lizzy that we're both excited about. Tinted Windows that I'm looking forward to.
That My Life with
Throw a
Kill
Kill Call. Yeah, I looked over that.
Time Club.
Yeah, the Genius of Love 2001 remixes.
Then of course the Tragically Hip is the biggest band in the world in Canada.
Oh, really?
I don't know, one of our customers, David, if you're watching, he told me about how big they are in Canada. So I wasn't aware, but apparently they're huge.
Yeah, they're more of a cult band here in the States. Ernest Tubb. I loved Ernest Tubb as a kid, but I don't know how popular Ernest Tubb is. Classic country. So if you want that.
So it's the world broadcast recordings from 44 and 45.
Right, so it's definitely in its own origin music. So it's probably going to be a different, cool package, but probably not something at the top of our list. So if you're a classic Ernest Tubb fan, let us know.
Yeah.
Frank Turner. I love Frank Turner.
Oh, you too.
You too. We get another U2 record.
Is
Oh,
it, is
so
it
that's
the live
from
one
the-
or is
It's
it
their show that they played at the Sphere.
beer? Okay.
But it's just like a little single.
A little 10-inch vinyl.
Although I guess that is kind of, I don't know, it's weird. Do you need this on vinyl? I mean, the whole thing is the visuals, right? I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not
Yeah,
judging
well,
anybody.
yeah.
I would have loved to go. Yeah, I'm not even a huge U2 fan, but I mean, I would have loved to see that. I mean, I'm sure that was.
Yeah, they're probably
crazy.
the band that works the most with Sphere, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that is just. I
mean,
mean,
just
just
seeing-
what I saw on video looked.
Well, like even when we went and saw them at the Superdome, I mean, they were fantastic.
Yeah,
And I had never seen them before until a couple of years ago.
They're all about those visuals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Technology and stuff. So, what else we have? UB40, Unwritten Law, Bloom. It's a 30-year anniversary on Suburban Noise Records.
Another Ultravox. There was some Ultravox.
Yeah, we've been getting some Ultravox the last few years. And all this various artist stuff. We got,
Yeah, so what we have, like, I think that Lost in Translation soundtrack was kind of popular at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even More Dazed and Confused is always
Yep, from the movie.
Murder Was the Case, a Death Row Records deal.
And then the Penrose Showcase Volume 2.
What's that? I'm not familiar with that.
I'm terrible with soundtracks.
Oh,
Of movies. Like,
And then one of the biggest ones that were on there as far as from the various artists was Wicked. So make sure to take a look at that. It was the Defying Gravity. It's on a 12-inch picture disc.
so Wicked as in like the musical?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
There's a movie coming out if you didn't see
okay.
the Super Bowl commercial.
And that must have been, well, watch the game.
And then
Punk 45. We got another Punk 45 coming out.
There's a little tribute to Lou Reed.
I saw
Let's
that.
See who's...
It's on Light in the Attic, which
Okay,
is
that's
usually
some
a good
like
sound.
big names. So, yeah, that's...
Spawn, the album. Wasn't that like a...
Whoa, hold up. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, Spawn, yeah. Wasn't that a new
snap.
metal deal?
No, so Spawn is
Or industrial
actually...
metal or something?
No. So I mean, if it's what I'm thinking of, so there's the comic Todd McFarlane's
Right, but then they
Spawn,
put that movie.
and then they wound up coming with the movie back in like '95 or '96.
That was
and,
pretty terrible. Ruined
You
the
take that back.
It ruined the entire.
Those visual effects were John Leguizamo like freaking nailed it.
It ruined
Don't
the
listen to
entire
him. All right, but yeah, no. I mean, if it's that,
It's probably that movie.
Yeah, it is. I mean, looking at some of the people that are on there, it's Metallica, The Prodigy, Tom Morello, Cypress Hill,
I remember it being
Moby,
some-
yeah.
Slayer.
It was a
That's what's
killer
so
soundtrack.
interesting.
It kind of goes with
Yeah,
the
it's-
Judgment
it's-
Night that they released last time.
Oh.
The Judgment Night album.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So
have-
is it kind of like that, where like was
I don't know if it was
collaborations?
exactly that,
or-
but it was just.
So this was during that time of where they went and took like the top 10 that would just fit into an action movie and put it in there.
Okay.
Like, but
I have no clue.
no, like my cousin and I, we actually had this on CD, and the fact it's I'm gonna pick it up myself.
Add another one to the
Hey,
list.
yeah, just add it to the Evan category. That'll be fine.
We got another Voivod this year, The Wake, limited run vinyl 2 LP.
Yeah, I think Speed was talking about
he's
that
on
earlier.
last
Yeah.
one. Wall of
Well,
Voodoo.
Voodoo had two different ones.
Yep.
One is a live one. Wallows. Nothing happened. 5th anniversary. Are you allowed to do a fifth
Remember way
anniversary?
back-
I think
way back
you have to
when
wait
I
at
was-
least 10 years.
One of my absolute
Remember back then, huh? When we were young? That
One of
was-
my favorites is Wardruna's Scald coming out. If any of you like Viking music,
It's on Norse music. So
Is
that'll
it
give you an
Viking
idea.
metal or is it just Viking?
so the group themselves actually use the instruments that you would use
Oh.
during that time. Like they're amazing. My wife and I went and saw
So
them
it's
live in
folk
Atlanta.
metal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't even call it metal. It's actually
Oh,
just
just
full
actually
on.
just
full-
Yeah,
Oh, it is,
yeah,
okay.
just Viking-esque music.
The Weeknd's always popular. We're definitely gonna get some
Live
of
at
those.
SoFi Stadium.
The Who?
That's a cool
A
stadium.
2 LP set. That's a relief.
Wilco. What's
Wilco?
Wilco? That is a
Oh,
box set.
an expanded box set.
Okay. Expanded their 2011 album.
Kim Wilde, the classic 80s stuff, special disco.
Disco mix.
And there's
All right.
also Lainey.
And that is a double LP of disco mix.
There's also Lainey Wilson. Ain't that some shit? I found a few hits because country's cool
There you
again.
go.
2 7
2 7
inches.
inches. Witchfinder General, check it out. Some classic heavy metal there. Death Penalty. The Yardbirds, yes. Dwight Yoakam, Young Thug, Neil Young with Crazy Horse, Frank Zappa, Zappa for President.
Yeah, I think that's
And I
right.
think
that
that's
it?
it.
Is
Yeah,
that right?
that's it.
So the video is only what, 2 hours long?
Yep, something like that.
We knew it would take
So we
a
kept
while.
it short.
We actually did keep
If you're
it.
still
I'm impressed.
tuned in. If you're still watching, we finally got to the end of the video.
Congratulations. Now that you're still here, here's a special code to get pre-orders. But just
Right.
kidding.
Yeah, the special secret Taylor Swift record.
That's right.
But
Oh yeah, did we mention that? Taylor Swift is releasing a record one day before Record
Yep.
Day.
so we don't have a record store day Taylor Swift, but she is putting out a record that will be in the store on record
Yeah.
store.
So that means you're now automatically about 30 people further in line. That
That's
day.
right.
So that's great, actually,
Yep.
for you.
Yeah. So we didn't get a Taylor Swift or an Olivia Rodrigo this year, but we did get some cool stuff.
We got a lot of.
It kind of feels like an old record store day, you know. Just full disclosure, I've been kind of not really all that excited about record store day the past few years. It just kind of felt like it lost some of its luster. But this list is really there's some stuff on it that I think the event is really all about, you know. So
It's a nice mix.
It's a nice
like
mix.
some old heroes, some newer
stuff
like,
that'll make an old
different
crusty
songs.
and just
happy.
everything in between too. You know, I mean,
Yes.
you know, like there was a lot of different, you know, OSTs and stuff. You know, like what you're saying, some new, some old, and you know, I think it'd be really good. But yeah, you know, definitely get those requests in. We're gonna keep an eye on Facebook, Instagram. Call us at the store. You know, we'll put all of our info below, and if you have any questions or anything at all, just let us know.
And I'm sure there'll be more videos to come as the event gets closer, explaining more details with hours and all that stuff. But this video's been long enough, so
All right,
let's get out of here.
All right,
Let's do it.
all right. Have a good one, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.